I'm not sure about this makeup today. Hey guys, it's Lucky Hell. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, subscribe. Do it. Why not? Alright, this is another installment of my tattoo tips. You guys seem to really be liking this series, so I definitely have a lot of subjects to cover, which means a lot of videos to film, and I'm a little bit slow in filming, so these are going to come out kind of every now and then, but I'm really glad that you guys are finding them helpful and finding them fun. I think the next video has to be choosing a tattoo artist. Now, in the last video I covered how to decipher what is a good tattoo artist compared to just like maybe not so good but looks good but is not, and following on from that we're going to go to choosing your tattoo artist. But before I do, I wanted to add one tip that I left out from the last video that one of my lovely YouTube subscribers reminded me in the comments. Thank you so much. It is such an important tip, and that is when you are looking at a tattoo artist's work, do not judge based on the fresh tattoo. You've got to look at healed work, because when a tattoo is done fresh, wow, it looks really amazing, but it can heal very differently. There can be lines that fall out, there can be colors that fall out, all kinds of things can happen with the tattoo after it heals. So it's really important to look at healed tattoo work from a tattoo artist. So if you're seeing a fresh tattoo, okay, it might be awesome, but go through their portfolio and have a look at tattoos that are already totally healed, because that will really tell you how their work ends up in the skin after the first day, you know. Super important. So thank you, awesome person, I love you. So we're gonna look for a tattoo artist for our tattoo. What are we looking for? The first thing you've got to figure out is what kind of style of tattoo is it that you want. If you already have a design ready, you've got to figure out what kind of style is that. Is it new school? Is it neo-traditional? Is it old school? Do you want it photorealism? What kind of style do you want? And I definitely will do a video kind of going through all the different styles of tattoo work. I'm just waiting because I want to use my friend's art to show the different styles. So I've got to like contact all my friends that do all the different styles of tattoo work and ask them if I can use their pictures in this video. So I will film that video, but it's coming up. So you want to figure out what is the style that you want. If you don't have a picture ready, but you know what you want and you've got some reference photos that you've taken from the internet and from other tattoos and stuff, then you just need to figure out what is that style. Like, oh, battery dying, really lovely. I really want that to happen. If I'm not in the same position, it's because the battery died. So yeah, the tattoo that you want, you need to know what kind of style it is. If you really don't know, you can do one of two things. You can either have a look on the internet, like Google, for like type in old school, type in new school, type in all the different styles and see what most resembles what you want. Or you can ask a tattoo artist. There is nothing wrong with going into a tattoo shop and saying, hey, I've got this idea, or I've got this picture, or I want this kind of thing, but I don't know what kind of artist to get to tattoo it because I'm not exactly sure what style it is. It's so important that you get a tattooist who does that style to do that tattoo. As I said in the last video, there are some tattoo artists who are just like really amazing across the board, and if you find someone like that, that's amazing, and that means you can get a couple of different styles from that tattooist. But more often than not, a tattooist has one style that they either are best at or that they enjoy doing the most, and you'll get the most out of that tattoo if you get an artist who loves doing that kind of tattoo on you. And the thing is you might not have a tattoo artist in your city or in your town that does exactly what you want, how you want it done. And this can be tricky because at the end of the day, we don't always have a lot of money to travel and spend on tattoos. But it's one of those things, like you might have to travel outside of your city or town to get the right artist to do your tattoo, especially if it's going to be big or highly detailed. You don't want to really compromise. Personally, I don't think. I think it's worth saving up a little bit longer and traveling however far you need to travel to get the tattoo done by someone who's going to do it like awesome, or whose style you love. There are many different ways to tattoo one picture, and there are many different versions of tattooing everything, and it's just your personal taste. Like, you might prefer the way artist A does black and gray, and I might prefer the way artist B does black and gray. It's 100% personal taste, so it doesn't matter. You've just got to really love it. And if you have to travel a little bit for that, I think it's worth saving up. If you want to compromise and just get it done by the artist in your city who does a different style, it can be a little bit of a gamble. It's always okay to ask the tattoo artist that you're talking to, do you think you will do this awesome? Like, is this something that you want to do? Me personally, when I'm asking a tattoo artist to tattoo me, I always ask them, is this something you're excited about? Does this make you feel like, fuck yeah, I want to tattoo this? Because it's important to me that the tattooist that's tattooing me is like excited about doing that tattoo, because I feel like the work is going to be better if they're excited about it and they think that they can kill it, because it gives them a feeling that you give a shit on what they're doing and that you're not just going to any old person, and it gives them the option to be like, you know what, it's a cool picture, it's a cool design, it's just not exactly my style. Like, I can do it, but I think maybe you'd want to think about someone else doing it. When it comes to like style, this is like a specific honed in skill, and often it comes from years and years of doing that same style. So they really hone their ability. This is why a custom tattoo artist, they're not being a dick when they say they don't want to tattoo your design because it's not their style. They need to keep doing their own style to keep improving themselves and keep pushing themselves in that style. Another thing that I also think is important, that is important to me, is when I go to a tattoo artist and ask them to tattoo me, or I email a tattoo artist and say that I have an idea, it's also how they respond to me and what kind of vibe I get from them. Because me personally, I don't really want to get tattooed by anyone who's rude to me or speaks down to me, or if I meet them in person and we're having trouble communicating, I just feel like I could probably find a better fit. You know, for me, it's a whole package. So this might not be important to everyone, but it is important to me. I remember I'm not going to say what tattoo in case the tattooist is watching, but I wanted to get a tattoo a couple of years ago, and I found someone who was very specialized in that style of tattoos, and I asked them if they would do the tattoo, and I was going to have to fly to a whole other country, and their fee was very, very high, and I was willing to pay it, and I would have to get a hotel and like everything. It was going to be like an expensive tattoo, but it was an important tattoo to me, so I really wanted to go and get this person to tattoo it. And the way that they were emailing me was just a little bit like flippant and nonchalant, and the first quote that they gave me was like this crazy quote of X amount of euro for the first hour and then these euros for the next hour. It's like kind of like the first hour was like 3 times the hourly rate that is like normal around Europe for a like high level tattooist. I was like, I just got this vibe that they were just like not really caring about the tattoo and just trying to see how much money they could get out of me. And I was just a bit like, and then I still was kind of like talking with them, and they were just very like nonchalant in replying, and I was like, look, I really need to know if you want to do this tattoo, because I need to book flights, I need to book a hotel, I need to like start putting the money aside in my bank account, like. And they were just very like nah about it. And after a little bit of like this vibe, I was just like, you know what, I don't want to get tattooed by this person. I'm not gonna spend all this money, go there with this feeling of like, I don't really think I like the way this person is doing their business, and then sit for hours getting tattooed by them. And then I've got to carry that work around on my body all the time, and if I get photographed or people ask me who did that amazing tattoo, I have to promote them, and if I don't really like how they did business with me, why would I want to promote them? Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. So I just decided I'm not going to get tattooed by this person, and I ended up getting tattooed by another very, very high-level tattooist who's a very good friend of mine who actually does a little bit different style, but because it was something kind of connected and he's a very good friend, I was like, I know that your main thing at the moment is this, but this tattoo that I want is kind of a part of that style. Would you do it for me? And they were like, you know, we had an amazing session. The tattoo is one of my favorite tattoos on my whole body. And yeah, I had a much better experience. So me personally, the person who tattoos you also needs to make you feel comfortable. Someone has asked me to do a video on the pricing of tattoos. I will do a video on that. It does differ from country to country, city to city, but anyway. So I hope that these tips, and I think that these tips will help you find a tattoo artist who is really the right person to do the tattoo that you want. Because it doesn't really matter what you want. There is an artist out there who's going to do it the best for that design and for that person. And I think the best way to kind of sum up this tattoo tip is you want to look for an artist who is really good by using these spotting techniques of like whether they're actually a really good artist, and then an artist who's really excited to do the tattoo that you want. This is a perfect match for finding a tattoo artist for your tattoo. You want them to be really good at what they do in all the different ways, and you want them to be excited to do that tattoo. That means you're going to get the best out of that tattoo session. Alright guys, so that's my quick tip for my tattoo tips, and I hope you liked this video. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you thought this was helpful and you've got some other ideas, leave them in the comments. Let's have a little discussion. What else do you want to know about tattoos? I've definitely got a lot of videos to film on this subject, so we're gonna get there. Thanks for watching, guys. The yellow line is kind of like a line of urine line.